It's time for KRGB Channel 5's Masterminds, a program geared towards Valley High School academics. With your host, Tim Smith. Today in Round 2 competition, South Texas Medical Academy and Sharyland High School match wits in their quest to become this year's Masterminds champions.
Hello everybody, welcome to Masterminds, South Texas Academy for Medical Professions and Sharyland in this round 2 competition. Let's get right to it with our quick start questions for today. Hands on your buzzers, here we go. And we start with a math question. Give us the percentage, 87.5% of 96. All right, that's Med Academy, Adrian.
84.
That's correct, you're on the board. Spell sarcophagus. Sharyland, Matthew.
S-A-R-C-O-P-H-A-G-U-S.
And you're on the board, that's right. Calculate the area of a rhombus whose diagonals are 4 and 7. That's Sharyland, Yuka.
14.
That's correct. Another math question, solve for x. 7x minus 15 equal 27. That's Sharyland, Yuka.
6.
That's correct. With a diameter of 3,000 miles, this satellite of Jupiter is the largest in the solar system. That's Med Academy, Adrian.
Ganymede.
That's correct. Carbon dioxide and oxygen exchange in a leaf goes through which little parts?
The stomata.
Med Academy, Adrian. The stomata is correct. What letter is muted in French? That's Sharyland Cordero.
R.
No. Med Academy, Priya.
T.
No, it's the H. Name the Colonial Virginia building in which Patrick Henry gave his famous speeches. And time is up. The House of Burgesses. Name this former president who was congressman from Michigan, also House Minority Leader and Vice President. That's Med Academy, Brianna.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
No? Anybody for Sharyland? And time is up. That's Gerald Ford. And finally, Henry and Richard in 1956 founded what company to help people with their taxes? That's Sharyland Cordero.
H&R Block.
That's right, Henry and Richard Block. That's correct, and that wraps up our quick start for today. So after our quick start, our score is Sharyland 40, South Texas Academy for Medical Professions 30. Before we go any farther, let's meet our judge who is here once again today from the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, Dr. Noreen Rivera, Assistant Professor in the Department of Literatures and Cultural Studies. Give our judge a round of applause for the hard work she does week in and week out. All right, before we get to hot topics, let's meet the team from Sharyland. Let's start with Matthew.
I am Matthew Vaughn. I am a band member at Sharyland High School, and I am currently a junior.
Fantastic, welcome.
I'm Cordero Lopez. I'm a senior, and I'm in NHS Student Council, and I'm also on the varsity golf team.
Fantastic.
Hi, I'm Yuka Obo. I'm a sophomore, and I'm in Math UIL.
Terrific. Welcome to the team from Sharyland High School participating in today's Masterminds competition. All right, it's time for your hot topics. We've got 3 questions about current events. You don't need your buzzers on this, Sharyland. We'll take the first answer we hear from the team, okay? Here we go. China's new richest man is a tycoon in what industry? That time is up. Social media. What former Secretary of State, who is now a Stanford professor, says the U.S. is a country divided, talking about the gap between the elite and the poor?
Condoleezza Rice.
That's correct. What former NBA player received an Academy Award as executive producer of the animated short film Dear Basketball?
Kobe Bryant.
That's correct. 2 out of 3 and puts you up to 60 points. Well done. Now let's meet the team from South Texas Academy for Medical Professions. We'll start on this end with Brianna.
Hi, my name is Brianna Bowder. I'm a junior at South Texas Academy for Medical Professions. I compete in UIL and TFA, XTEMP, and policy debate. I compete in HOSA, CPR, and first aid, and I'm single.
Fantastic. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Adrian Ojeda. I'm a senior at Medical Academy. I'm an NHS, and I compete in HOSA in the EMS event. I compete in UIL Science and Current Events, and it's good to be here.
Good to have you here.
Hi, I'm Priya Trakru. I'm a junior at Medical Academy. I'm in informative speaking and current events in UIL, and I'm in biomedical debate in HOSA.
Terrific. Welcome to the team from South Texas Academy for Medical Professions. Good to have you here. All right, it's time for your hot topics now. 3 questions, current events. Don't need your buzzers. Take the first answer we're here, okay? The Chinese Communist Party is considering a proposal to limit the Chinese president's terms to how many years?
4.
No, it's unlimited. In Michigan, Little Miss Flint raised $16,000 so poor children in her community could go see what movie?
Coco?
That was Black Panther. Hope Hicks recently became the third person to leave what position in the Trump White House?
White House press secretary.
Yeah, anything more specific than that? In the right frame. No, I did communication director, otherwise a communication director. So our score stands at Sharyland 60, South Texas Academy for Medical Professions 30. We're going to take a break. We come back, it'll be time to meet the teacher coordinators, the quick picks, the grab bag, that and more. Masterminds continues right after the break. Welcome back to Mastermind's Round 2 competition today. South Texas Academy for Medical Professions and Sharyland High School. Time to meet the teacher coordinators from the two schools. We'll start with Sharyland. Cordero, you're up.
Well, this is our sponsor, Mr. Jordan Miners. He's been teaching at Sharyland for 10 years now. He's the World History AP teacher, and he's also the assistant golf coach.
Fantastic. Welcome. Glad you're here. We appreciate it. And Med Academy, Adrian.
I'd like to introduce Ms. Monica Avila. She's our Masterminds coach. She's an AP US History and AP World History teacher, and she's the sponsor for both UIL extemporaneous speaking events, and we're very glad to have her.
We're glad to have you here too as well. Thank you for being part of the program. We appreciate our teacher coordinators who help the students get ready, get them here, and make sure they're here, ready to go for the game. All right, students, time now for quick picks. We're going to show you pictures on your TV screen. We'll ask you questions about each one. Everybody's playing. You do need your buzzers. Here we go. This picture portrays the 1804 duel between Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr. Which one was an elected office holder at the time of the duel? That's Med Academy Priya.
Burr.
That's right, he was vice president in 1804. This is France's famous Arc de Triomphe. It honors those who fought and died for France in 2 wars. Name either one of them. All right, that's Med Academy Brianna.
The French Revolution.
That's correct. The other's the Napoleonic Wars. This is a photograph of one of the Wild West's most infamous gunslingers. Can you name him? That's Sharyland Cordero.
Billy the Kid.
That's correct. This shape is composed of 12 regular pentagonal faces. What is this shape called? That's Sharyland Matthew.
Dodecagon.
Dodecagon? No. South Texas Adrian.
Dodecahedron.
That's correct. This man was the first confirmed climber to reach the summit of Mount Everest. Who was he? Time is, okay, I'll let you go. Brianna?
Matthew Smith.
No. Good name, but no. Sharyland, anybody want to try it? Okay, time is up. Sir Edmund Hillary is who that was. This bookstore bills itself as the westernmost independent bookstore in the United States. In what state will you find it? And that's Med Academy Brianna.
California.
No? Sharyland Cordero.
Washington.
No, it's Hawaii. It's in Hawaii. This man built the world's first liquid-fueled rocket in 1926. Name him. And time is up. That's Robert Goddard. This is where you would really go if you followed the instructions in the well-known cliche about returning to work. Well, back to the what? All right, Sharyland Yuka.
Grind.
No? All right, Priya.
Mines.
No, it's the salt mine. Back to the salt mine. Okay. In what year did Andrew Jackson defeat the British in the Battle of New Orleans? Sharyland Matthew.
1817.
No. South Texas Academy for Medical Professions, anybody? All right, Priya.
1826.
That was 1815. This picture was taken in Louisiana's capital city. What city is it? That's Sharyland Cordero.
New Orleans.
No. South Texas Priya.
Louis.
I'm sorry?
St. Louis.
No, it's Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. All right, and that wraps up our quick picks for today. All right, so after quick picks, it's Sharyland 70, Med Academy 50. That means Med Academy, you get to go first in the grab bag round. And I'll bet you've got 3 envelopes before they can choose from, 1, 2, or 3. You can choose any one you'd like for the grab bag.
Let's go with 2.
Number 2, right down the middle. All right, you've got 60 seconds to answer the 10 questions in the envelope. You know how it works. If you don't know one, say pass. We'll try to come back to it if there's time within your 60 seconds. Your category is Earth Science. Okay, Earth Science. 60 seconds. Here we go. Don't need your buzzers. Here we go. What covered the site of Ohio during the Pleistocene epoch?
Pass.
A volcano shoots forth molten rock. What is ejected when a geyser erupts?
Steam.
Yes. The Carboniferous period occurred in which of these eras? The Cenozoic, Mesozoic, or Paleozoic?
Mesozoic.
No. On what type of bedrock are underground streams likely to form? Limestone, shale, slate, or granite?
Limestone.
Yes. The part of the soil made up of dead plants and animals is called what?
Topsoil.
No. What extends from the Imperial Valley to near Cape Mendocino, almost 1,300 miles through California?
Pass.
Fumaroles, whose name means smoke hole, are found where?
Pass.
Are the lighter elements primarily found in Earth's core, mantle, or crust?
The crust.
Yes. The geological time scale is divided into epochs, periods, and eras. Which of these is the largest?
Eras.
Yes. What is the name for time is up? All right. Enough to get you up to a tie. How many was that? 4 correct, so the score is tied at 70 points apiece. Let's go over the other. What covered Ohio during the Pleistocene epoch was a glacier. The Carboniferous period occurred during the Paleozoic era. The part of the soil made up of dead plants and animals is humus. What extends from the Imperial Valley to near Cape Mendocino is the San Andreas Fault. Fumaroles are near volcanoes, and that's as far as we got. All right, so 70 points, tied the score. Now, Sharyland, it's your turn. There are 2 envelopes remaining, 1 and 3. You can choose whichever one you'd like.
We'll go with number 3.
Number 3, all right. Same rules, 60 seconds, 10 questions. Pass if you don't know one. Your category is Shakespeare. Shakespeare. Name the plays as I give a brief plot summary. Okay? Speak loudly. Here we go. He will avenge his father's murder, or maybe he won't.
Hamlet.
Yes. An upstanding man joins conspirators to kill a dictator.
Julius Caesar.
Yes. A Roman causes trouble at home by dallying over the Nile.
Mark Antony.
No. A man marries and attempts to control a strong-willed woman.
Pass.
An envious man tricks a general into believing his wife is unfaithful and strangles her.
Pass.
Boy and girl and warring families.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yes. A businessman borrows money with an IOU for a pound of his flesh.
Pass.
He gave his kingdom to 2 daughters and nothing to the third, the only one who loved him.
Pass.
Husband, wife, and daughter are shipwrecked, separated, and find each other after years have passed.
Pass.
During a truce in the Trojan War, a Trojan prince loses his loved one to a Greek.
Odysseus.
I'm sorry?
The Odyssey.
No. That's it. Okay. No time to go more. How many did we get? 3 correct. Let's go over the others. A Roman causes trouble at home by dallying on the Nile is Antony and Cleopatra. A man marries and attempts to control a strong-willed woman is the taming of the shrew. An envious man tricks a general into believing his wife is unfaithful and strangles her. That was Othello. A businessman borrows money with an IOU for a pound of his flesh, the Merchant of Venice. He gave his kingdom to 2 daughters, had nothing to the third. The only one who loved him was King Lear. Husband, wife, and daughter shipwrecked. That was the Tempest. And during a truce in the Trojan War, Trojan prince loses a loved one to Greek. That's Troilus and Cressida. All right, puts you up to 85 points, so you're back in the lead. Now there's 1 envelope which no one chose. Envelope number 1, so we all play on this one, okay? Same thing, 60 seconds. You need your buzzers on this one, though. Animals. Nobody chose animals, all right? 60 seconds. Be sure to ring in. Here we go. What bird can outrun a racehorse? That's Med Academy Priya.
Ostrich.
Yes. What fish travels up to 1,000 miles just to lay its eggs? Sharyland Matthew.
Shark.
No. Med Academy Adrian.
Salmon.
Yes. Name an animal which sleeps on its back. Time is up. What is the chief physical difference between lizards and snakes? Med Academy Priya.
Tails.
No. Sharyland, whoever rang in, go ahead.
Legs.
Yes. Other than for flying, why do birds need feathers? Med Academy Brianna.
Warmth.
Yes. What insect spends most of its time sleeping? It's also called the 17-year locust. That's Med Academy Adrian.
Cicadas.
Yes. Which species of shark is the most dangerous? That's Sharyland Matthew.
Bull shark.
No. Med Academy Priya.
Great white.
Yes. What do we call that's the end of that? All right, up to 120 to 95 now. Med Academy taking the lead. I'm going to go over the one that we didn't get right. That was the animals which sleep on its back: man, sea otters, cats, and a few others. But man is one of them. All right, so after the grab bag, again, it's 120 for Med Academy, 95 for Sharyland. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for art and music. Each question is worth 20 points in art and music. See if it's a game changer for us today. Don't go away. Welcome back to Masterminds. It is Sharyland and South Texas Academy for Medical Professions today. Right now, Med Academy in the lead 120-95. It is time for art and music. We're going to start with top art. Show you some artwork. Ask you to identify the artist or the work. This is for 20 points. Name the artist or the work, please. Med Academy, Brianna.
Michelangelo.
That is Michelangelo, the creation of Eve. Well done. We have another. That's for 20 points as well. All right, Med Academy, Priya.
Picasso.
Picasso. No, it's not Picasso. Sharyland, anybody want to take a shot at it? All right, Matthew.
Monet.
Nope, that's Henri Matisse. It's called Goldfish by Henri Matisse. So we're 1 for 2. Now let's try music. And for this, just listen very carefully and identify the composer or the work for 20 points. All right, that's Sharyland, Matthew.
Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky, no. Med Academy, anybody? All right, Priya.
Beethoven.
No, that's not Beethoven. It's Bach. That was Bach. Wake up, call us the voice. One more. Again, listen carefully. That was quick. Sharyland, Matthew.
Verdi.
Verdi is correct. La Traviata is the name of that. Well done. 2 out of 4. We're halfway. Our score right now is South Texas Academy 140, Sharyland 115. Let's take a break. We come back. It'll be time for the final stretch. It's anybody's game. Don't go away. Welcome back to Masterminds. Got a good game today. South Texas Academy for Medical Professionals 140, Sharyland 115. This is the final stretch. We're going to ask questions till that final bell rings. Whoever is leading at that point moves on to the next round of competition. So hands on your buzzers. Here we go. We start with a math question. A car was driven 60 miles per hour for 1 hour and 45 minutes. How far did it travel? That's Sharyland Cordero.
105 miles.
That's correct. Another math question. What's the cube root of 8/27? Sharyland Cordero.
2/3.
That's right. What 11-letter adjective beginning with the letter H describes a mixture that has the same properties and composition throughout?
Homogeneous.
Med Academy, Priya?
Homogeneous.
That's correct. What presidential candidate was Jimmy Hoffa's nemesis? He was a senator representing New York, but more often associated with Massachusetts. And time is up. That was Robert F. Kennedy. William of Normandy conquered England in 1066, but Normandy itself was established only about 200 years earlier. Who were the original Normans? And time is up. They were the Norsemen, or the Vikings. At the end of what war did the British arbitrarily create the Kingdom of Iraq, but maintain a separate protectorate in Kuwait? And time is up. That was World War I. What professional sports team was the first to have an African-American head coach? That's Med Academy, Brianna.
The Lakers.
No? Sharyland, anybody? And time was up. It was the Boston Celtics. It was Bill Russell. Which word from Greek mythology meaning pertaining to dance? It comes from the name of a muse. And time is up. Propystean is that. The reasons behind the immigration of people are classified as push or pull factors. Which of these is not a push factor? Food shortages, political freedom, high unemployment? Yes, that's Med Academy. Adrian.
Political freedom.
That's correct. What's the collective colorful term for the edible leaves of the turnip, beet, and collard? That's Med Academy, Brianna.
Like leafy greens.
Leafy greens? Greens is fine. That'll work, yes. How do you spell opulence? That's Sharyland Cordero.
Opulence.
That is correct. There's enough stone in this monument to build a wall 6 feet high and a foot wide from L.A. to New York. Name this ancient wonder. That's Sharyland Matthew.
Great Wall of China.
No? Med Academy, Brianna.
Mount Rushmore.
No, the Great Pyramid. A person traveling due east from somewhere in Iowa would have to go into either Wisconsin or what other state? Sharyland Cordero.
Ohio.
No? And time is up. Illinois. The oldest family of marsupials has been virtually unchanged for 100 million years. Name it. That's Med Academy, Brianna.
Platypus.
No? Sharyland Matthew.
Kangaroo.
No, it's the opossum. 4 science questions. In proportion to its body, the dinosaur had a brain which was extremely large, about the same as other animals, about the same as man's, or extremely small. That's Med Academy Priya.
Extremely small.
That's correct. An object goes up in space, the pull of gravity weakens. What happens to gravitational pull as an object travels beneath the Earth's surface? That's Med Academy Priya.
It weakens.
It weakens. Yes, that's correct. What experimental technique is used when neither the patient nor the observing doctor knows what treatment is being given or if the treatment is merely a placebo? That's Med Academy Adrian.
Double blind?
That's right. Which element whose atomic weight is 35.5 is a mixture of two isotopes, one having a mass number of 37 and the other 35? Med Academy Priya.
Copper.
No? Sharyland Cordero.
Sulfur.
No, it's chlorine. Athens supported theater going with state revenues and considered attendance an important part of a citizen's education. Greek tragedies and comedies were presented annually at whose festival? That's Sharyland Cordero.
Dionysius.
Yes, that's correct. When was the gold rush known as Klondike? The decade will do. All right, Sharyland Matthew.
The 80s?
No. All right, Priya.
40s.
That was the 1890s. Express in terms of degrees the period of the graph y equals tangent theta. And time is up 180 degrees or pi. 11 chemical elements are gaseous under standard conditions. 6 of those are noble gases. Name any 4 of the 5 gaseous elements that are not noble elements. That's Adrian from Med Academy.
Helium, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen.
No. That's Cordero.
Oxygen.
4 of the 5. 4 of the 5.
Hydrogen, helium, oxygen, and carbon.
No, it's hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, and fluorine. No helium. Which is Italy's most populous city? That's Sharyland Cordero.
Rome.
I'm sorry?
Rome.
No? That's Priya.
Milan.
That's correct. A strip of wood used to secure a hatch or keep a sail flat is called what? That's Sharyland Matthew.
Yardarm?
I'm sorry?
Yardarm?
No? Academy, anybody? And time's up. A batten. The French call fruits and what kind of food fruits de mer? I can try. The French call fruits and what kind of food fruits de mer? That's Med Academy Brianna.
Strawberries?
No? That's Cordero Sharon.
Seafood.
Yes. After the disintegration of the Soviet Union, which 3 nations have a border on Finland? All right, Sharon Cordero.
Sweden, Norway, and Iceland.
No? That's Brianna, Med Academy.
Norway, Sweden, Denmark?
No, Norway, Sweden, and Russia was the other. What Florentine navigator was the first to recognize that South America was, in fact, a new continent and not part of Asia? All right, Med Academy Priya.
Amerigo Vespucci.
That's correct. When you want to drive a nail below the surface of the wood so you can hide it with putty, what kind of nail do you use? The time is up. It's a finishing nail. Find the volume of a cone with radius 5 inches, height 12 inches. Sharyland Yuka.
100 pi.
That's right. The H in the pH factor stands for hydrogen ion concentration. What does the RH in an RH factor stand for? That's Med Academy Adrian.
Rhesus or rhesus factor?
You take that? Yeah, rhesus monkey factor of antigens. Yes, that'll work. What British singer announced that her latest album, titled 25, would be the last to be named? That's Med Academy Brianna.
Adele.
That's right. A weasel gnawed through a transformer and shut down what powerful particle accelerator at CERN in Geneva, Switzerland for more than a week? Doesn't matter, the bell just rang and our final score is Med Academy 240, Sharyland 175. That means South Texas Academy for Medical Professions, you are moving on to the next round. Congratulations. I want to congratulate all the students for a great job here today. We want to thank our judge here once again from UTRGV, Dr. Noreen Rivera. Okay, Med Academy, we'll see you in the next round. We'll see you at home next week for another exciting competition of Masterminds.
Channel 5 News will make a generous donation to both high schools for their participation in today's competition. The money will provide extra resources in each high school library so that all students may benefit. Join us again next week for another edition of Masterminds.